From Appleton, Wisconsin, this is APTV.
Welcome to APTV, episode 490 for Thursday, May 11th, 2023.
I wish. This week we have Banter, news, updates, a pen show recap. Never thought I'd say that again. New Mayora colors, new nebulae from Colorverse, a contest winner, of course a new contest, plus an oversized Estie that is coming soon.
Hey Lisa, did you know?
Wait, hang on.
Did you
Okay.
know I hurt myself yesterday measuring radio frequencies? It still hurts. We have a location bumper. This week is the Trout Museum.
We can almost see it from the window.
Unfortunately, it does not have trout in the museum. There's not a museum of fish.
I was really kind of disappointed when it first opened.
But the Trout Museum of Art, right downtown Appleton here, it hosts a wide range of exhibitions, educational programs, and events to energize the love of art in our community. The museum also hosts exciting events throughout the year, including Art at the Park, which is coming up in July.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about that in a minute.
Sunday, May 14th, that would be this coming Sunday, by the way, is Mother's Day. So if you haven't gotten that part figured out yet, get on it. You can give your mom a pen. You
could.
Or Anderson Pen's gift certificate.
There you go.
So, which reminds me, I have a package I need to mail out.
Yes.
So I need to get that done pronto. Yes. So
how's tomorrow looking for you?
Tomorrow's looking great for mailing that out to Mom.
Let's remind Dave to get that. Dave will make it happen.
I will do that.
All right. So the Chicago Pen Show recap. This past weekend was the Chicago Pen Show. It was weird. It was very weird. It was the first show I had personally been to in 4 years. And the first pen show for me since 1998, at which I was not a vendor. So the whole first day.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
It was great, but the whole first day, I'd be standing there and realize you and I were both standing at a table together, and my first thought was, oh my God, I got to run back to the table.
Nope.
And then it sunk in that I didn't have to run back to the table.
On Saturday, Saturday it was, I was doing my rounds and you were out in the lobby. I actually went up to Jimmy Dolo's table.
Love Jimmy.
And Jimmy's like, hey, Brian, I got to go to the bathroom. Watch my table.
Oh,
and
God.
He left. He didn't give me a chance to say no. He didn't give me a chance to run off. He just left. And I just kind of stood there.
He didn't just leave. He trusted that you would handle things.
That I would handle things. And there was what was there, 6 or 7 people in front of the table?
Oh, God.
Looking at Mont Blancs and all sorts of stuff. And so it was kind of funny. But it raised my anxiety level just a little bit.
Because you really have to be in the right mind space to deal with that many people again after all this time, to deal with especially somebody else's stuff.
Yeah, and I have no idea what any of that stuff goes for. I mean, they
95.
So that was the only time I got behind the table. It was, you can bet, I was watching the door for Jimmy
to come back
to stroll his way back up to the table. But that was that. But no, I had a good time. I was walking around buying some pens.
I saw people I haven't seen in years, and that was really, really just so good for me to see some of these people.
We have this thing here.
This actually, thank you to John and Linda Park for our little buttons. This actually these were hand delivered to me in Chicago, and then we did receive others at the show this past weekend that are around disc. But since we've had these longer, and these have been on our cash register for a couple months now,
at least,
and I just keep forgetting them because I come in, put my stuff down, do the podcast, and then leave.
Matches your outfit today. So.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you to John and Linda. Linda makes these as a hobby, and so it was just very, very sweet and thoughtful.
And they're actually on. Mine has the bird on the other side too.
Yeah, they're dual-sided.
Dual-sided, I guess, if one were to need that.
Yeah, so very cute.
No, very cute. What else in the show? We were there Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It was busier than I remember Thursday being.
Yeah, it usually picks up in the afternoon.
It was good to see people. You did a lot of really, really great vintage buying, so that was wonderful for you.
Yeah, so we will have a vintage mailer that will come out at the end of the month. We'll include some of that.
Yes.
Let's see, just a rough and some different stuff this time. So usually, and it depends on the show, right?
Well, you came home with some 51s. You came home with some 45s.
Parker 51s, Parker 45s, Esterbrook's, of course, but there wasn't as many Esterbrook's as there usually are.
You've bought them all.
It could be. But then there's a large number of...
You were excited about these.
Yeah, just different pens. Some Italian celluloid button fillers. Of course, there's a bunch of Schaefer balances. Conway Stewart pens from the 20s and 30s in mottled and marbled plastics. Some piston fillers, which some early Kaweco piston fillers. And lots of just interesting stuff.
And you got a safety filler, and you're keeping
Well,
that?
so we got a lot of pens, a lot of pens. Mm-hmm. And so
you're keeping what?
So there's 3 pens here, and actually I was not intending on keeping anything, but sometimes something slips through the cracks. The first one here I'll show is
These 3 are keeping?
Yes. I'm getting approval right now on APTV. No, this is an Aiken Lambert. I couldn't resist. It's an Aiken Lambert Lady Dainty. It's a number 1 sized Aiken Lambert nib. And it's just a cutie. It's a very early Aiken Lambert because of the lever configuration and the way the lever is hinged right up top.
3?
So 3, yes, 3. Yes.
How did that happen?
Well, it happened. It happened entirely by accident. The next 2.
Okay.
Because I was buying pens in bulk, and this one here, I actually didn't identify until we were actually in the car on the way home. And so when I saw this is a lovely kind of an olive green marbled, a very nice 1930s pen. Got triple cap bands here, thin, thick, thin, and it has this clip here that's kind of reminiscent of actually kind of 1930s third tier pens.
There's no name.
There is a name on it.
It's a no name.
There is a name on it, but come to find out, it's actually and it's a button filler, hard rubber ends on the pen. It's actually a Japanese manufacturer.
Oh, fun.
And just a lovely Japanese pen. And so I decided that one was staying. And then the highlight of the weekend was this guy, which I didn't realize what it was until after I had bought it. Again, I was buying these pens in bulk, and I knew right away what it was, but I didn't know who it was. And so you look at it, and if you know your pens, you know this is a German safety. You can tell. Just got that big bulbous cap there, like some of the early Mont Blancs do. And you take it out, and of course you turn it, and then up pops the 14 karat gold nib.
Peekaboo.
Super cool. I thought, well, that's kind of cute. And I didn't even notice it. There is an imprint here on the side for Kaweco.
Very
so
nice.
This is a very early, late 1920s Kaweco safety.
And so those 3 will not be available for sale because they are disappearing into the pen chest.
They're going right there. That was going right there.
Oh, and you were walking around with this giant bulging pocket of pens.
Well,
thank God you didn't bend over any further. They all would have
Well, they were held in by pressure at that point. There will be pictures. There are pictures of me with that. It was kind of obscene, but I didn't know where else to put them.
It was a little ridiculous.
Well, I was busy. I was hunting and just throwing them in there. But those are the 3 I kept. You got one, and you didn't bring it.
I forgot to bring it. I got a Lamy All-Star that I didn't have, and so I'm...
Do we know the color of that one?
I think it's the ruby red.
The ruby red.
I'm pretty sure it's the ruby red.
Kind of like a salmon color.
No,
almost.
it's like a rosy... But anyway, I'm going to look it up. I'm pretty sure it's the ruby red. Pretty. I didn't have it. And I'm just going to publicly say I am not going to start to rebuild my Lamy rare color collection. I'm not. I'm really not. Really.
Well,
But this was
the
pretty,
price was right.
And it turns out it had a converter. So that's
I like
always
the
a bonus.
All-Stars better. If you're going to collect them, I think the All-Stars.
I do
I mean,
like the All-Stars.
they're just, I like them better than the Safaris. I don't know why.
Okay.
So,
well,
so we came home with 4. There will be a lot more.
yes.
Including some desk pens, too. Some Esterbrook desk
I
pens.
know. I was shocked that you bought those.
Which I can match up with some bases, so we'll
that'll
probably
make
have
Dave
some.
happy to get rid of some of those
Yeah, that
pieces.
was actually one of his first comments. He says, because I was sending him pictures, and he says, I think we can match some of those up with bases. So this, and I'll just kind of segue into this, we will have a vintage pen day will be the last Friday of this month, which I believe is May 26th.
Okay.
Not everything that we got will be ready by then, but we will have for sure in that listing will be some Parker 45s. There is a very nice Montegrappa Elmo in there.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. It's
really
gorgeous
stunning
red
pen.
color.
Sterling silver trim, 18 karat, two-tone nib. It's a really great pen. There will be some Esterbrooks that I've got done, and a really, really cute pink jotter that I found.
You were so excited about that.
It's just cute. It's one of the little mini jotters, so it's smaller than the regular
Right.
size. But no, it was a good show. So we have some stuff for vintage. We'll have one for sure this month. We'll see what happens next month because of the move,
Right.
which kind of segues us into the
Pen
new store
Party, the
and
new
pen party.
store. So we filmed one of the last APTVs in the new store, and then just a couple days later, I went in to meet somebody for carpet measuring, and the ceiling had been installed. So that's cool. This week, hopefully, I've got to touch base. The sink and the toilet will be installed. So
Important, very important.
very important. And then they'll hang the mirror and all that, finish out the bathroom. We just paid for the carpet and have ordered that. So we can't
come
do
along.
much else until then, but I am looking forward to getting everything out of the house and the garage and all that into the store. But for the pen party, we have commitments from all of our vendors.
And what is the date on the pen party?
It is Friday, July 21st, Saturday the 22nd, and Sunday the 23rd. And so Friday is 10 to 7, Saturday is 10 to 5, and Sunday is 10 to 2 for the public.
And those are extended hours over what we normally operate. And
Yes.
we're never open on a Sunday. So.
I didn't understand what you meant last time you said that. Like
We're not open. Yes, we are.
Normally on Saturday we close at 2.
Yeah.
And so we're staying late open till 5. And then Sunday we're never open. But 10 to 2 on Sunday. And so we will have the reps that we've listed before from Pilot, Lamy, Kenro, Coles of London, Sailor,
And then Mike and Linda Kennedy.
and Mike and Linda Kennedy from Independence. We will have door prizes every hour from 11 to 5 on both Friday and Saturday. And everything from a bottle of ink to a Visconti Homo sapiens.
Yep.
So, and everything in between. We got even companies who are not going to have a rep there have started to send things. So we're getting some things from Pelican. We got some great stuff from Retro.
Yeah, a couple of nice
Really-
retro fountain pens in a set.
Yes.
I actually haven't seen it yet, so since we came back, but some good stuff.
A lot of people are committing some really great things, and of course, we are digging deep into our pockets to see what we can come up with. But there will be some really, really great door prizes, and you do have to be present to win. But we're doing it every hour.
Yep.
So,
Very good.
is that about it? We are also going to have on the website as part of the pen party. We're working on it now. A list of things to do if you are bringing your family and they don't want to hang out at the pen store the whole time. There'll be food places, things to do indoors, things to do outdoors, and things to do with the kids. So
Among them, the same weekend as the party.
yes, we just found this out.
This is pretty huge for Appleton in the summer. Art at the Park, which is actually not too far from here. It's actually a quick walk from our current store. That's July 22nd and 23rd. Starts at 9 a.m. in the city park, and it's in the park and kind of all the streets surrounding it. Local artisans, and I believe it's actually a juried show.
Yes.
They have to submit their wares and then be judged to good enough to come in and exhibit.
The first year we went, it was actually in the city park, which takes up, it's one city block square. Mm-hmm. And then I guess a lot of things got trampled. And so they moved it from art in the park to art at the park. And now it is on all the streets.
Was it all
it's
on
all
the
on the,
streets?
on the outside, which makes it actually a lot bigger. And lots of cool things.
Yeah, a lot of cool things. And it's free admission, of course.
Yes.
You just walk up and there it is.
But there's food. There are all sorts of local artists. People travel from all over the place. We bought several things there and found some cool things. And
we even found stuff on the side of the road. That was cool. So
yeah.
What has 5 toes and isn't your foot? My foot.
All right, we have new Mayora Aventus, 3 new colors that just came in.
This is kind of exciting. We're going to start with the Amore.
Oh, you took the one that was easy to pronounce.
They've offered the Amore before. This time it has the Ruthenium trim. So this is really cool with the darker trim. And
it has a Ruthenium coated nib
funky.
too, so dark nib on there.
Nice look. And then we have and I'm going to mangle the Italian, and I'm sorry, the Sinis.
Don't you know Italian?
It was a long time ago. Bright blue. Well, that's not blue, so. Really pretty with gold trim.
It's rose gold trim.
Is it rose gold?
It's rose gold trim.
The light was in my eyes. Rose gold trim, that's even prettier. That is nice.
This one is spectacular. It's my favorite of the new 3. Yeah, it's really great.
Okay.
That rose gold is fantastic.
And then the Tenerife, which is this bright yellow with gold, double checking that it's gold.
It is gold.
The yellow trim.
It's a bright, happy pen.
It is a bright, happy pen. If you're having a gloomy day, this is the pen for you.
I kind of like that one too. Yeah, it's nice.
You want all 3?
No, I don't want all 3.
Okay. No. I have that on record.
No, I got something else I want.
Oh my God. What do you want?
It starts with a D and ends with upon. The Mayora Aventus fountain pen features a glossy resin body and cap, and it's accented by a beautifully engraved cap ring and the gold-plated or the ruthenium-plated trim. They use the standard gold-plated number 6 Nouveau nibs, and they fill via the special Mayora threaded converter. So it's threaded converter, which is nice.
Which is nice that it's going to stay in place.
And that can be accessed by either unscrewing the blind cap at the end of the barrel or the barrel itself.
Which is cool.
And it's got a little extension on it. Well, it's a long extension on it so that it peeks out through the blind cap.
Yeah.
Short international cartridges also work. Just unscrew the barrel, unscrew the converter, plug them in. And
that's the most important part. Unscrew the converter.
And that's also with Mayora, in any pen that has a threaded converter, if the nib unit is threaded, you have to back off the converter or take it out to unscrew the nib. Otherwise, you risk breaking the back stem on the feed. So always remember to do that. It's easy to go, okay, well, I'm going to take it out. Well, you got to pull it out because that converter is not going anywhere. Each pen is individually numbered. The Mayora Pen Company makes all of their pens by hand in Naples, Italy. And Mayora is managed by Nino Marino, the former co-founder and president of the Delta Pen Company. Mayora also produces fountain pens under the Nettuno brand.
Very cool.
So they're available in quite a variety of nibs. I believe Ruthenium is only, the Amore with the Ruthenium is only available in fine, medium, broad, but the rest of them are available in extra fine, medium, broad, 1.1 stub.
Plus,
new this week, Mayora nib units are available separately. So if you have a Mayora, you can now buy the gold or the standard silver nib units. And we have those in all sizes, extra fine, fine, medium, broad, 1.1 stub, and the 2 flex nib options, extra fine flex and fine flex.
That's very cool.
They're all threaded units. If you've got another Mayora Aventus or Mitho or whatever, you can get an extra nib unit to pop in
Swap
there.
it out. So. That's great. I love it when companies make those available. So, all right. Fumbling and stumbling here. More just in. Colorverse Project Volume 6. These are the Nebula glistening colors. These are cool.
Glistening. Oh.
Yeah, these are all glistening.
This one looks great. I like
I'm excited.
the label on this one.
You get the good ones.
Well, you've got two. You got twice as many as I do.
So the Cat's Eye Nebula, it's a really soft shade of like medium green, sort of like a sage green.
Oh, I like sage green.
Yeah, with multicolored pearlized shimmer particles. So all three of these have multicolored shimmer particles, which I do like.
Okay.
The Iris Nebula is a really pretty shade of purple, also with the multicolored pearlized particles. And the Monkey Head Nebula is a really pretty, like a medium blue, but it definitely seems to have some purple leaning. So
no yellow for
no yellow.
Bananas?
No, that's not funny. No.
All right. So those are just in. We'll have those available also in
samples.
3 ml samples, and these are a 65 milliliter bottle.
Yes.
So just coming to us from the Chicago Pen Show.
Yes.
This is a rare opportunity, and when I say a rare opportunity, I sincerely mean this. If you've never seen this before, I'm not surprised because this is truly a rare pen. We have available, of course, there's only one.
Just one.
Just one. This is an original platinum pocket pen Demonstrator. It's a factory Demonstrator.
I didn't even know they made those.
Yeah, and this is really pretty spectacular. It is very rare. It is very clean. There's no cracks. There's nothing. You can see it was inked at one point. The feed does have a little bit of a blue tinge to it. It has the platinum steel 10-year nib on it. It's exceptional. You won't ever find it. You probably won't find another one anytime soon. The cap does show some wear to it, as they all do. These caps were, the plating on them was fairly weak. So this pen was probably used by a salesman or somebody. But the barrel and the hood here, this is all just perfect. Transparent feed on it.
I do like clear feeds are fun.
If you collect, and this is not something I recommend you actually ink up, but if you collect pocket pens, this is one that you should consider.
Yes.
It's very, have I said it's very rare? It's very rare.
Really? Yeah. You have.
It's great. So this is available on the website. We're going to make it available on the website actually right before the taping. So if you're watching this now, you'll have first crack at it. But I don't expect to see another one of these for years.
Cool.
If at all. So a super cool pen.
And this is going to be leaving. This is not
No.
going
This is actually a consignment piece. And I'll warn you, it is not cheap, but
it's rare.
You don't have one. So it's rare.
Why is grass so dangerous? It's full of blades.
We have a contest from last week's APTV.
So how many fountain pens do you have within arm's reach right now? And that was whether or not they were inked or not inked. That didn't matter.
I have 4.
So the stats.
5.
Marilyn Gardner says, Brian, for a minute there, I thought you were going to ask us how many fountain pens we own. The question I dread. I have 3 fountain pens within arm's reach as I write this.
Was she on an island?
I know.
Come on.
She locked herself in a quiet room.
Michelle Stevenson says 12. They're all in my purse. Not kidding.
That's a heavy purse.
I could see that. A little 12 pen case or, double 6 or something. 2 aren't inked. I used 2 of them extensively today, which is a bit low average. So you must have liked those 2.
Dan F says right now, 10, but one of those needs a nib.
A man after my own heart.
One needs a nib, yeah.
Friedrich D says well over 100 that are inked.
So
wow,
within arm's reach.
Yeah, so he's standing in front of his pen case. Well, but they're all inked. 100.
Wow.
Imagine what that cleaning day is like, huh?
Hoyt Robertson says within reach. I'm organizing one of my pen cases, so 53.
Oh, nice. So how big is that case? It's not a 48. It's got to be a.
Well, it could be 96. A 48, and then he's got some.
Well, he says one of his pen cases.
Well,
there's 48s, 96s. Maybe he's got 96.
But he could have a 48 pen case and I have a couple extras. Some are going out, some are coming in.
Yeah, I want to see a picture of that.
Okay.
Jim says, right now I have something like 35 plus pens within easy reach since they are all at my desk. It sounds like my desk at home. 2 of the pens I acquired 20 plus years ago when I was on a trip to Eastern Europe, while the rest having been purchased between February and now.
Wow.
Attaboy.
Slow down. No. John C. says 7. Not as many as some commenters here. Time to go pen shopping, I guess.
Or come to the pen party.
There you go.
It's even freer. Lisa Marie says, I have 12 fountain pens within my reach at this moment. Some I use daily and others I use now and then, but I love them all.
Awesome.
Absolutely the best way to do it.
Brian Marsh says, I'm in my home office and all, holy cow, 282 pens are in here with me. Literally in arm's reach are just 70 pens. It's very easy to get distracted in here.
All right.
Yes.
I'd like to see that pen around. We have a winner?
Yes. The winner is George Elgart. His comment is, ouch. I have 7. So George, please write to Eric at andersonpens.com for your $20 credit to your AP account. And there is a new contest, new survey. And Marilyn, thanks for the nudge.
He asked for it.
How many fountain pens do you own? And you know what this is going to do, folks out there?
What is this going to do?
This is going to make you count.
That's going to make...
How many out there, and include this in your comment, would like to know how many pens Brian actually has?
See, I've done this twice in the last 10 years.
Yes.
I've counted.
Yes.
Last time I stopped.
Yes.
When I got done, because I started in the second floor of the house.
Yes.
And then when I got done counting that, I was just too tired. The time before, I had some vim and vigor, and I was starting to count. And then you were in the other room asking me questions, and I had to keep starting over. So I never really finished the first time.
You know, you could like Post-it note each drawer. We have a big, giant Hamilton printer's chest, and
it's fantastic.
It is, but you know, it also sounds really. I don't know the word when you come up with your number.
Wow, that's why I don't talk about my number. I can't even tell you what it starts with.
You don't know if it starts with a 1 or a 2?
Well, I know it doesn't start with a 1.
You have more than...
Yes, I do.
Oh, my God.
I do. Please let us know in the comments section below.
I do not have nearly that many. I will count mine.
And I did not count yours in my total.
Nor should you. So, how many fountain pens do you own? And yes, Marilyn, we expect you to be honest.
We expect an answer.
Yeah.
If I get enough people who say yes, I will count.
Say yes. It's big, though. Keep in mind, we've been collecting since 1998, and it pains Brian greatly to let go of a pen.
Well, I sold a lot of them a number of years ago. Yes,
You did.
I sold several
and it hurt. Every single one.
Every single one.
This was kind of a surprise.
Yeah, and this is sort of a coming soon that's been around, and we didn't know about it.
It's kind of embarrassing.
It is a little embarrassing, but we had a meeting with our rep from Kenro, Carrie, who will be at the pen party.
Yes.
And we were discussing certain things, and which Esterbrook SDs were in the lineup, and which are coming and which are going, only to find out. There's a particular model that we carry that is also available in the oversized model, which we didn't know about. So the Esterbrook SD Oversized in Nouveau Blue,
which is one of my favorite colors,
is a gray color. It's made of several gorgeous rich shades of blue marbled acrylic resin. It's all going to be available in the palladium or the gold trim. So 2 different versions.
Yes.
It includes a cushion cap closure system, just like all the rest of them, which is a spring-loaded inner cap, which gives the cap a satisfying, secure closure and prevents the nib from drawing between usage. And the first time you do it, you were like, well, what's going on here?
It won't close.
You have to push and close,
gently.
turn at the same time. Yeah.
The first time it's just like, this is weird.
So, and of course, it comes with the number 6 Nouveau nib, which can be swapped with other nibs, including our own AP nibs. If you got one of those and you want to slide it in there.
And what's also cool is it is designed to accept the specially designed Esterbrook MV modern to vintage nib adapter that is sold separately. But if you have older vintage Esterbrook nibs, the renew points.
Yep.
This will allow you to use those nibs in your modern pen.
Yeah, so it's a black section. It's not color matched. It's a black section. It comes with a converter, and then you just thread it in. Then you can thread your nib in there, and
it's very cool.
Boom, you're done. So those are coming. They're actually available. So if you want to get those, we'll be getting them in really quick. So
thanks for joining us. Tune in next time for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
You can check us out on social media as Anderson Pens. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to mark on your calendar the pen party at the new location, and we're gonna drill this into you for the next 2 months, July 21st to the 23rd.
And just as importantly, we will start having it on social media to remind, and the podcast, and probably the website, to remind you that the store in Appleton, the current location, will be shutting down and will be closed to the public for a couple weeks while we actually do all the moving. Shipping will continue for online orders, but we will not be open. That way we can be all sweaty and messy and moving things around and not have to deal with the public.
What?
Have you lifted some of these boxes?
I have
They
lifted
are
some
heavy.
of these boxes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And dusty.
So that's it.
There you go.
The pen in my pocket this week.
Looks familiar.
If you haven't gotten this one, you aren't paying attention. And Lisa asked me, well, why do you, I said, I've had this.
One.
It's the same one that's been in my pocket like 3 out of the last 4 weeks. I don't like
think it's been that many.
I just like it.
You better.
It's of course the DuPont Gold Dust.
Anniversary gift.
It's beautiful. I love the fluted section. And I love the detail on the nib, how it's kind of scalloped on the side. It's not just a plain, there's nothing about this that is normal. And that's what I love.
It is not special.
That is,
normal.
And it clicks. It's great. So anyway,
Okay.
Maybe next week I'll have something different.
Okay.
I'll try.
Good luck.
So.